So what is up guys, this is WW2 and welcome back guys to another video, and today I have another Call of Duty guide where I'll be breaking down possibly my best game ever on Call of Duty. For those of you who haven't seen it already, I managed to get 41 kills with 0 deaths in a team deathmatch. Throughout this video I'll be pointing out different techniques and tips which I used, which you can use yourself. Also, an important thing to point out is that you'll notice my positioning is the main reason for my success, not my aim. In fact, my aim was quite terrible in numerous places, but I was still able to win with no deaths. So I hope you'll enjoy it, and how about we get right into the game. Actually, before we begin, I want to pause it here so we can see my class setup. You can see I was using the grease gun with a grip and steady aim attachments, making it a beast at short to medium range engagements. Before I begin the game, I take note of this and avoid any longer range fights, as you shall see. I also have the Ordnance basic training equipped, which reduces the amount of points required to unlock my score streaks, which are the recon plane, the supply drop and the paratroopers. The rest isn't that important, but keep in mind that I'm using the airborne division, giving me a suppressor and faster movements. So the first place I go is the right side of the map, as I know this side is the most ideal for short range conflicts. You can see I just tapped this first guy, as I'm not really looking to commit to any fights at the moment, as I know he's out of my range. Instead, I keep my crosshair on the corner so I'm ready to shoot him when he comes at me. When he does come along, he chooses the high ground, giving me an ideal angle to fire at him, but difficult for him to fire back at me. Now straight after that, I hear more footsteps, so I again put my crosshairs on the corner and tear up this next guy. Also notice how I'm moving while shooting, making it difficult for my enemy to keep up with me while I am moving. This technique is especially important at close quarters and will be very helpful if you use it right. At longer ranges, you may want to move a little less or side to side, allowing you to get the kill you desire. After that, I hear a gunfight in the center of the map. Fortunately for me, I'm able to come from behind enemy and eventually take him out. It is always important to remember you have a pistol, and if you're put in a similar sticky situation, you can pull it out to save your ass. Now I don't want to make this video too basic and too long, so I'm going to skip ahead a little where I come across 3 enemies. So I'm able to easily take out the first guy as he runs out the bunker, as I've kept my crosshair on that area. You must keep your crosshair on the most likely area enemies will be coming, so you're able to fire without much adjustments, allowing you to fire as quickly as possible. Now I take out my first threat, but notice there's another. So what I do is I hug the wall and crouch to avoid giving the enemy an angle. Suddenly another one appears in my sights, but fortunately for me, they're focused on one of my teammates. I kill the next one and again switch to my pistol to eliminate the last. Also, I do get a little lucky, as I do get shot from behind, but an angel is able to knife him before he kills me. Here I go a little aggressive, trying to pick off anyone off guard, and fortunately I do. Now it's always important to keep a close eye on the map, as it can give you some important details. I notice there's a couple of enemies coming from behind, so I push myself from the stairs, giving me a great line of sight but reducing my size where the enemies can hit me. Free aiming down sights allows me to get a couple of initial shots, but I do manage to lose him for a second, but eventually kill him. And now I'm thinking about where's the other guy that I saw. He is distracted himself, so I'm able to kill him and neutralize my area. So skipping a little ahead once again, I've managed to earn my first paratroopers and called supply drop, where I managed to get another paratroopers by some miracle. I called my second paratroopers, but then I ran out of battery in my controller. Once again I am saved, but this time by my own paratroopers. I later join my teammates where we attack their spawn. By staying with your teammates, as bad as it sounds, it gives the enemies more targets, making it more likely you're going to survive, so it's definitely worth giving it a go. Now I do see this care package which has been called by enemy, and I decide to watch it looking for any unaware enemies. I managed to succeed and we're able to switch spawn points, and I'm able to call for another supply drop. Now I have the STG, which is an amazing weapon itself. I decide to push the left side of the map, as this weapon is best at medium to long range fights. I also do prefer this side, as you're able to control the corners much easier. It is important to get to know the maps, so you're able to make similar decisions without hesitation. I pick up the PPSH and decide to lock down this bunker, as the enemies will be coming from one way, and the PPSH is brilliant at close engagements. Unfortunately, the spawns do switch again, I am forced to look elsewhere. So I'm back at the house picking up any easy kills I'm able to find. I earn my third paratroopers and continue my rampage. You'll see I begin to get a bit confident and push their spawn. I get another easy kill as the enemies are now all over the place. Also, notice here, while I shoot, I'm minimizing my movement as I know the surrounding area is clear and I do need to hit these difficult shots so he isn't able to shoot back at me in time. I'm back on this side of the map and I've chosen where I'm most confident at picking off my enemies as they run from their spawn. I'm sure you've noticed after every kill I decide to reload, which is an old habit and is usually beneficial. Also, while I reload, I make sure I'm away from any enemies and no enemies will be able to get a line of sight at me in the next couple of seconds. And that is where the game ends and I can celebrate my extraordinary game. So I hope you guys have learned something today, and if you have, please leave a like down below as it is much appreciated. If you do want to see more guides and gameplay in the future similar to this, please remember to subscribe. And I hope you guys and girls have had a brilliant day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, guys.